What a day in Orchard Park, 64 degrees as we get set for the Bills and the Cardinals. And we head downstairs, say hello to Laura Oakman. Laura.
Hi, Kenny. We came to Buffalo this week expecting to see a dejected team in turmoil. We did not find that. We watched a very spirited and energetic practice on Friday with players saying there could not be a more wrong perception than there is outside of this building. They are fired up about this new offense and about first-time offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn. He may not be a household name, but he's a no-name, having interviewed for 3 head coaching jobs. Players love how he has simplified this offense and how he's given them input, which they didn't have before. Said Tyrod Taylor, this is not a broken team. We are more together than ever. Now we just have to play like that. Kenny?
Thanks, Laura. Rex Ryan's Bills 0-2, 6-point losses to the Ravens and the Jets. Across the way, Bruce Arians led the Cardinals to the NFC Championship game a season ago. Bills have won the toss, elect to receive. Brandon Tate is back deep for Buffalo, and he will take it out. Tate brought down at the 20-yard line. Tyrod Taylor leading the Bills offensive unit onto the field. Career high 297 yards through the air 10 days ago against the Jets.
And I think the person that's going to benefit the most from the simplified approach is Tyrod Taylor. This is a very verbose style of offense when you talk about play calling. They're going to try to simplify that down, get some of the concepts out, allow these guys to stop thinking and start playing.
As you mentioned, Darryl, without Sammy Watkins, Taylor on first down. It's LaShawn McCoy out of the backfield. Left tackle Cordy Clinton missing his second consecutive game.
One of the comments that Rex Ryan made was, listen, we've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. We've got to get them more involved. Let's keep an eye on Charles Clay today. He mentioned Sammy Watkins, LaShawn McCoy, and Charles Clay. With Sammy Watkins out of the lineman offload, Greg Salas not in at wide receiver this afternoon. A lot of that pressure will fall to LaShawn McCoy and Charles Clay.
There's Clay, the former Dolphin. So the Bills dressing 4 wideouts today. The injuries to Watkins and Salas. 2nd and 10. Full start.
False start. Number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Walt Anderson now a referee. That's the right tackle, Jordan Mills.
We saw a little bit of this at practice on Friday. Laura mentioned spirited, but very similar. You watch this team on film, you see the plays being run on Friday. Very, very similar in the approach schematically. They've all talked about situational and tactical changes and pace of play, but right now we're seeing that slowed down pacing.
2nd and 15 following the penalty as Taylor dumps it off to McCoy. And he gains 3 out to the 18-yard line, brought down by Kevin Minter. So the Bills now facing a 3rd down and 12.
It's going to be difficult to run certain types of play against this Arizona defense. They are very, very quick, play a unique style of defense. The Buffalo Bills talk about playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. For them, there's a lot of playmakers on that defensive side of the ball, especially in the secondary for the Cardinals.
3 wide receivers set. Cardinals with 5 defensive backs. Bills must get to the 30. Taylor in trouble. Down he goes. Inside the 5-yard line, it is Kevin Minter again.
And obviously not the kind of start that you wanted to show for your fan base here. Penalty early on, now a sack, more negative yardage as Kevin Minter comes free inside, sack. Their pushback, this is going to be difficult to execute special team-wise when you talk about punting this ball. You're pressed right up against your normal distance back from the line of scrimmage.
Punting from the end zone, Colton Schmidt. This is John Brown at midfield. He's inside the 40. So tremendous field position for the Arizona Cardinals as Carson Palmer leads the Arizona offense Out onto a short field after the Bills go 3 and out.
And they know they have yet to play their best football here early in the season. And after a big win last week against Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians used that opportunity to point out several different areas and actually several players who he wanted to have raise their level of play.
First and 10 for the Cardinals from the Bills 38. Larry Fitzgerald in the slot. David Johnson in the backfield. Palmer looking to throw on first down, and it bounces off the chest of Michael Floyd. Cardinals without their right guard, Evan Mathis, so Earl Watford gets the start.
And it'll be up to those guys up front to allow this really talented group of skill players an opportunity to make plays. Everybody raving about David Johnson as a dual threat. You see him as a running back, the broken tackles, yards after contact, but these guys are excited of how well he plays on the outside as a receiver, not just out of the backfield, but outside in different formations.
3 receivers set. On second down, this is Johnson, breaks away from Kyle Williams, falls forward for a couple. The Bills defensively without their right corner, Ronald Darby, due to a hamstring injury.
And that's going to put pressure on the guys up front to get some pressure on Carson Palmer. They've got to disrupt his rhythm. Jerry Hughes and his group cannot allow Carson Palmer to get back there, hitch off that back step, and feel comfortable all afternoon. He will carve this defense apart.
Corey White in place of Darby. 3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals. Arizona must get to the 28-yard line as Palmer sets and throws. And Fitzgerald, the intended receiver, with Aaron Williams defending.
Actually, inside, Larry Fitzgerald's on the inside, tight slot, working against Aaron Williams. Now, that's a matchup you're going to enjoy if you can find that. That's wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald against the safety. Ball placed in a good spot by Carson Palmer, but unusual to see Larry Fitzgerald drop one that he even gets one hand on.
It would be a 54-yard field goal attempt. Bruce Arians plays the field position game, end over end punt by Butler. Does take a Cardinals bounce and will settle inside the 11. Bills back to work, no score, early first quarter at Orchard Park.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Back at Orchard Park. Rex Ryan missing some key players on offense today.
That's going to be difficult, obviously, with your big playmaker, Sammy Watkins out. Greg Salas, who had a touchdown last game out against the Jets, and Cody Glenn, your left tackle.
First and 10 from the 11-yard line. Taylor's pass is caught by Robert Woods out at the 16 for a gain of 5.
The big thing that everybody talked about in this change is pace of play. So we're going to put that up here in the Fox box for you, so keep an eye on that. Let's see where they're at as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. How much time does Tyrod Taylor have? What is their MO once they get to the line of scrimmage? Are they looking for that perfect play? Are we just going to come up and run what we called?
Taylor on 2nd and 5, looks left, and finds a wide open Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin picks up the Bills' first down, gain of 6.
One of the things that Tyrod Taylor is struggling a little bit here at the start of the season is location on his throws. And for Marquise Goodwin out there, if you get that ball up in the air a little bit, let him pivot out of that break, get his shoulder squared and upfield. Don't make him go down and dig that one out.
Goodwin with an 84-yard touchdown reception against the Jets a week ago Thursday. 2 tight ends on first down. This is McCoy, tried to cut it to the outside. Not much, picks up a yard, 2nd and 9.
And I think that that's a balance that LaShawn McCoy needs to strike during the course of this game, and then as the season progresses, is not trying to hit that home run every time you get the football. This is a very, very quick defense. If you're looking to bounce it out to the edge all the time, you're going to have some negative plays against the Cardinals. Sometimes best just to take what's there, even if it's just 2 yards.
The Cardinals defense without One of their starters up front today, Frosty Rucker. Off the fake to McCoy. Taylor fires downfield, looking for Woods. No Flames.
One of the things that I look for on the outside early in a game is how are the officials going to call the game with balls contested down the field. And you'll see right here with Robert Woods and Marcus Cooper, they're battling. They're going to allow them to hand check. It's going to be a little physical outside. Bills fans not happy. A flag was not thrown on that play. Double move. So right now it appears the officials are going to let them play on the outside this afternoon.
They're down at 9. The receiver set. Bills must get to the 32. Taylor in trouble, rolling to his right. Now he throws incomplete. Again, looking for Woods, so the Bills will punt for the second time as we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kenny. Detroit at Green Bay, first home game for the Packers. Opening drive, Aaron Rodgers, who received some criticism after last week's loss with a 14-yard pass play to Devontae Adams. Pack up 7-0. Kenny?
Thanks, Carissa. Schmidt out to punt for the second time. John Brown, the deep man for the Cardinals. Fair catch is called for by Brown at the 38-yard line. When we come back, Larry Fitzgerald and the Arizona offense.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
No score, early first quarter in Orchard Park. Cardinals have not won in Buffalo since Halloween 1971. They've only played here 3 times since then. Their last game in Buffalo, Halloween 2004, only time in Larry Fitzgerald's career he did not have a catch.
So the Cardinals happy it's not Halloween.
Exactly. In that last game for the Cardinals here, their starting quarterback was Josh McCown. Their starting running back, your guy, Evan Smith. As David Johnson is bottled up after a gain of 2. 1,032 career receptions. 9th on the all-time list.
Amazing. He just seems to get better year after year, but he told us, you know, when I was obviously younger and more athletic, I've lost some of that at this stage in my career. But from a wisdom standpoint, when you're young, you know what you have to do based on your offense. As you get older and gain that wisdom, you understand how the defense is going to play you, and you can use that to your advantage to get open with pre-snap recognition.
Second down and 8. Palmer throws. It's Fitzgerald. Out to the 43-yard line. Zach Brown, the tackle, a gain of 3, setting up 3rd down and 5.
And we had Arizona last season against Detroit, and we asked Larry Fitzgerald straight out, how do you like your new role, playing that slot, the inside guy? And he's like, you know what, I didn't like it at all. I didn't buy in, I didn't want to do it. You do all the dirty work, you're underneath, you're taking shots like this, I'm blocking a lot. Now he has fully embraced that role, and Bruce Arians told him, when you do that, Larry, I promise you you're going to have over 100 catches because I did this with Hines Ward, and I can do it with you.
Oh, by the way, last year, a career high, 109. 3rd down and 5. Palmer in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 35-yard line, it's Kyle Williams.
One of the issues the Bills had in their last game out against the Jets was getting pressure on Ryan Fitzpatrick. He has that mobility. Now, they know Carson Palmer does not have that ability to move as quickly in the pocket. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive with their pass rush. They know they can get out of lane and get back into it and not pay the price that they paid against the Jets.
Butler punting for the second time. Good kick, taken at the 13 by Tate. And he's tackled as he crossed the 20 by Justin Bethel. Kyle Williams with the sack. Back in a moment.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL. By Taco Bell, sometimes you gotta live Moss. And by Sprint, switch and save today. Learn more at sprint.com/network.
No score at Orchard Park midway through the first quarter. Defense with the edge on both sides. Bills, 2 possessions, 2 punts. Taylor picks up a first down and more. Tyrod Taylor still going. Finally forced out of bounds at the Cardinals' 29-yard line as Taylor picks up 49.
What a well-executed play right here. You were going to put your pitch guy in a tough spot right there. You can see as the corner comes up to support, he's got to take the running back. There was nobody there that had responsibility on Tyrod Taylor. The Arizona Cardinals defense has to know that they're going to get some of this down-the-line option-style play. You have to have quarterback and pitch accounted for.
A career-long run by Taylor. Now complete to Robert Woods, and for more on Tyrod Taylor, down to Laura.
You guys were talking about change of pace for this offense, but Tyrod's having to deal with change of communication. Jason Vrabel, his coach before in his main line of communication down here, is now coaching running backs. He is leaning on quarterback coach David Lee. His main communication, Lee told me, I am here for him. The biggest thing with communication, coach him up, get the heck out of his way.
Parallel to the line of scrimmage. Get him turned. Let him go down the field.
Mike Gillislee in the backfield. First and goal from the 9. This is Gillislee. Now when Laura talked about communication, Darryl, it's David Lee, quarterback's coach. When Tyrod comes to the sidelines, it's the coordinator, Anthony Lynn, who is in his ear. He coached the quarterback communication. And for the first time this season, rule change this year, that coach can be upstairs and speak directly to the quarterback.
You have the ability to go from booth right to your communication on the field to Tyrod Taylor. New this season.
Second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Thought about pitching it, and then he is thrown down back at the 6-yard line by Chandler Jones.
Yeah, first play early in this drive, Chandler Jones goes down inside on the play. This time, he understands with this formation, you've got to be leery of Tyrod Taylor. So there's your assignment for quarterback. So you get the big play on the opening drive with a blown assignment and catch him. Maybe go back to that same play too early. Defensive coordinator James Betcher isn't going to get fooled twice in the same series.
Now third and goal from the 6. Empty backfield. Taylor on the slant. It's Walter Powell. And he is stopped at the 1. For Powell, his first career reception. And it's the combination of Tony Jefferson and Patrick Peterson. And it looks like the Bills will leave their offense out. And now Rex Ryan changes his mind and sends out the field goal unit.
I agree with this call. Get some early points. Walter Powell, maybe push that up a little bit farther down the field before you break in. Gives you less distance to break away from a tackle to get that touchdown. I agree with this decision by Rex Ryan. I know the fans here don't. Get some early points in this game. Arizona has had great field position up until this point right now. They've started slow the last 2 games. Get some points, get a lead.
Terrific tackle made by Marcus Cooper. A 19-yard attempt. Carpenter nails it. But the Arizona defense stopping Walter Powell at the 1-yard line. Bills take a 3-0 lead. 3-0 lead for the Bills. 19-yard field goal set up by the longest run ever by a Buffalo Bills quarterback.
Joe Ferguson didn't have one longer than that? Jim Kelly, you sure?
Jim is on hand today. Taylor scrambling for 49, setting up the Buffalo field goal. Cardinals will start from their 25 following the touchback. Tyrod Taylor doing it with his feet. 3-0 Bills. Cardinals had terrific field position on each of their first 2 possessions, did not pick up a first down.
And we get back to that slow start. No points in the first quarter of their first 2 games this year, and Bruce Arians concerned about that early East Coast game from last year.
And David Johnson is hit for a loss. Kyle Williams, who had the sack on the previous series, makes the tackle.
One of the guys that really kind of jumped out to me at practice on Friday was Kyle Williams. They had a red zone period, and Kyle Williams was not happy at all with the way the defense was performing in that drill, and kind of got everybody's attention and kind of challenged them a little bit, called everybody out during the course of that drill.
Second down and 13. Play action. Palmer fires downfield looking for Michael Floyd. He cannot pull it in. Corey Graham, Corey White defending.
That might not seem like much to a lot of people, but for Bills fans, that is a huge sigh of relief. They have been terrible in jump ball situations. You go back to that Jets game, there was a number of times they were in perfect position to make plays, and Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker and Chris Anunwa just took the ball away from the Bills defenders. So to start out the game with a jump ball situation and play it well is a big boost for this defense.
Third down and 13. Walt Anderson stepped into the Cardinals huddle.
So the medical timeout.
A medical timeout has been taken.
So let's watch the end of the play. Michael Floyd involved in that jump ball situation. Did he come down to the turf and hit his head? Kind of that whiplash fashion right there. You see the back of the head make contact with the turf. And again, there is obviously a huge emphasis placed on player safety, especially regarding concussions here. A lot of protocols put in place by the NFL. And we have seen this during the course of the season early on. We saw Ed Hockley walk Tyrod Taylor off the field against the Jets on that Thursday night game. I like the stance that the NFL has taken. The officials have the ability to do this. We have an athletic trainer certified upstairs who's watching video, can actually call down to the field if he feels the referees have missed a player who's been injured.
So Floyd on the sidelines getting checked out. Third down and 13. Palmer throws and it's short. He was looking for John Brown. So the Cardinals will punt once again. 3 possessions, 3 punts, no first downs.
They're just doing a really nice job here getting pressure on. Actually, I'm sorry, Jerry, he was coming from the left side, looping inside, not coming from that right side. We talked about not allowing Carson Palmer to feel comfortable in that pocket, and this Bills front has done a nice job here early in the game.
Butler punting from his own 12. Tate lets it bounce. So the Bills bounce, so excellent starting field position for the Bills, who lead the Cardinals 3-0. Well, Darryl, look out. Zorn is here, and he's going to slay Fox Sundays. TV's most original new comedy is being called Really Funny and Hilariously Weird. Son of Zorn comes to conquer tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
Hilariously weird.
Hilariously weird.
Well, the Bills with great field possession here after their defense makes a big stand. Poor punt by Arizona in that situation.
This is McCoy into Cardinals territory. McCoy gains 6 as we head for a game break. Kurt Menefee.
All that talk about Washington's Josh Norman against Odell Beckham of the Giants. He's covering him here, but Norman misses the interception on Eli. Very next play, the Giants show they've got other weapons. Eli hooking up with Sterling Shepard, the rookie, with a 23-yard score. They lead at 14-3 right now in the first. Kenny?
Oh, thanks, Kurt. Shepard's been terrific over the first 2 weeks. On the slant, it is Powell. Picks up a Bills first down. You talked about the field position, only a 31-yard punt by Butler. Now the Bills go to the hurry-up. From the Arizona 38. Taylor escapes, directing traffic. Now he throws, and it is Powell once again. There are 2 flags as Powell made the catch inside the 30.
Yeah, we wonder if he went out of bounds before he came back in, was the first player to catch the to touch the football. Walter Powell at the top.
One official without a hat.
Yeah, he stepped out right there.
Which signifies a player out of bounds.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal touching, number 19 of the offense. Player went out of bounds, was the first to touch. Pass interference, number 10, offense. Blocking downfield on a forward pass. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It's Robert Woods as we take another look.
It's one of those things that's very difficult for your wide receivers downfield. You know, Tyrod Taylor, the play's breaking down, all of a sudden he thinks he's going to tuck it and pull it down, and you start to engage and get into a blocking position to help your quarterback out, and all of a sudden he has the athletic ability to be able to pull up and throw that ball down the field.
First and 20. Following the penalty, back at the 48-yard line. Bills lead the Cardinals 3-0. Four receivers set. Taylor on first and long. Off the fingertips of Powell, who's seen a much bigger role today in the absence of both Sammy Watkins and Greg Salas.
Very lucky right there for Walter Powell with that ball deflected up in the air into the secondary of the Arizona Cardinals. We talked about the speed. Very fortunate this ball finds the way to the turf.
Powell, an Arizona draft pick, 6th round back in 2014. He was cut by the Cardinals, moved on to the Jets. Now in his second season with the Bills. First career reception earlier today. Second down and 20. Taylor sets and throws. It's Woods who makes a diving catch. There is a flag. It is ruled a reception by Woods for a Bills first down.
This is a great catch. Let's watch Robert Woods on the outside, number 10.
Holding number 21, defense. A penalty is declined. The result of the play is a completed pass, first down.
Patrick Peterson is called for the hold. Ruled a reception on the field. What do you think?
I don't think he has it. And when the player goes to the ground, he must maintain possession all the way through. Now that ball can touch the ground, but you've got to maintain possession. I don't think he ever had possession.
No challenge from the Cardinals, and on the next play, LaShawn McCoy takes it all the way for a Bills touchdown. 24 yards.
Well, with the holding penalty called on Patrick Peterson, Arizona had plenty of time to get some looks at that replay to be able to decide whether they wanted to challenge it. I think that Bruce Arians should have challenged that play. They don't do it. Here's your next snap. And again, getting LaShawn McCoy square to the line of scrimmage. He is tremendous at making people miss in space. I think he's been pushing, trying to hit that home run ball when I watch him on film the first couple of weeks. This game this afternoon, his offensive line giving him some good running lanes in between the tackles.
Second touchdown of the season for McCoy. The extra point is good. And we'll take another look at that previous play, and you wonder why Arizona coach Bruce Arians did not throw the challenge flag.
Yeah, now the ball can touch the ground. If Robert Woods has that right there, he has possession, and that goes to the ground, and he maintains possession through that process, it's a catch. It can touch the ground as long as he maintains possession. I don't think he ever secured possession, and then on the next snap, just a gaping hole for LaShawn McCoy to run through for the touchdown.
So the Bills have taken a 10-0 lead late in the first quarter. 5 plays, 53 yards, largest lead for the Bills over their first 3 games.
And it's amazing to me as a head coach, you can recognize an issue. You know, Bruce Arians talked to his guys. Hey, last year we went to Cleveland, we went to Pittsburgh, we played East Coast early games. We turned the ball over 7 times in those 2 games. We've got to be better. We're going back to Buffalo, East Coast, early game. We've had slow starts this year. We got to come out and we got to hit the ground running. They practice at 11 o'clock out in Arizona to account for early game starts on the East Coast. And it has not done any good for them. They find themselves down 10-0 here with under a minute to go in the first quarter.
They traveled east late Friday, arrived at their hotel about 10 p.m. local time. Ellington will not take it out. Cardinals in the first quarter have now been outscored 20-0. Now they've reversed the trend in the second quarter. They have outscored their opponents 31-0 in quarter number 2, including 24 points in the second quarter last week against the Buccaneers.
We had a season in Dallas where we were terrible in the third quarter. We come out at halftime, and as a player, you don't really realize it. And then all of a sudden, you know, you start hearing about it from the writers and everybody starts to talk about it. Your coaches start focusing on things, and it seems like it gets even harder to break out of that trend.
The Cardinals have not picked up a first down on their first 3 possessions. And they had great field position on the first 2. From the 25 on 1st and 10. Palmer going deep, looking for John Brown, and it is nearly picked off by Corey Graham.
All right, we're taking incremental steps. We're getting better. We're getting better. A couple of deep balls here early in this game, and the Bills have played them well. John Brown's going to motion inside to the slot, cross the field deep. This is a staple play in this Cardinal offense, and good job of recognition by the secondary, understanding Corey Graham, realizing John Brown runs that deep crossing route. He does everything right, Kenny, but finish it and get the interception.
2nd and 10. Total yards, 142 for the Bills. Cardinals with -3. This is Johnson. Johnson out across the 30 to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6.
We talked with Bruce Arians, and he said he actually scripts the first 30 plays. You hear a lot of coaches talk about scripting that first 15, and sometimes it's kind of figuring out how they're going to play you formation and personnel in your offense. What Bruce Arians likes to do is start to get the ball distributed to his guys. One of the guys he really needs to focus on right now is number 31, David Johnson. He's split out to the top right now. We talked about his ability to run routes as a wide receiver with a running back build in the frame.
3rd down and 5. Palmer's pass is broken up. Getting a hand on it was Aaron Williams. So the Cardinals will punt for the 4th time, and they have still not picked up a first down here in the first quarter.
But the Bills did not do a bad job in coverage against the Jets. They just didn't make any plays when the ball arrived. They allowed the Jets receivers to outbattle them for the football and make some catches, and they put up crazy numbers that Thursday night. But today, they're really playing aggressively at the point of the catch.
Butler punting from his 20-yard line. Tate from the 30. No time left on the clock. Tate across midfield and finally tackled inside the 40. A 31-yard return by Brandon Tate as the first quarter comes to an end in Orchard Park. Welcome back, Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Laura Oakman. Keep an eye on Cameron Canaday, the long snapper, number 86 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, coming downfield, clean block right there by Nick O'Leary on the hit.
Penalty marker, pass intended for Robert Woods on 1st down.
Illegal hands to the face, number 64, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's on the left guard, Richie Incognito.
So we saw the hit on Cameron Canaday, but also on that play, on that punt, Drew Butler also with a little bit of an ankle. You see him right at the end of the play here as he comes in to get involved in the tackle. He was gimpy getting to the sideline.
Keep an eye on both Butler and Canaday. 1st and 20 following the penalty. Taylor to the outside. Could not be handled by Walter Powell. 2nd and 20 coming up. The first quarter numbers.
I did not see that coming, Kenny. I did not see that coming. Not the way that Bruce Arians works with his guys to make them aware of a situation. He talked about their performance last season in the 2 games with a similar scenario. Game time, start time, travel stuff. The way they started the first 2 games this year, making them aware of that. Expected Arizona to come out and play a lot better in that first quarter.
2nd down and 20. Taylor loses the football following the fake to Gillislee, and then he falls on it back at the 48.
One of the things you have to worry about, you're running that zone read, and that came loose. You could see the contact as Tyrod Taylor went to put it into the pocket, actually lost control of it there. And then I think Mike Gillislee just felt that the ball was being pulled and that Tyrod Taylor was going to keep it.
Loss of 2, now 3rd down and 22 for the Bills. Taylor steps up, airing it out, and it is Patrick Peterson who comes up with the spectacular interception.
Wow. This is as impressive a catch as I've seen. Here he is right here. Watch Patrick Peterson. This is going to be overthrown. This is going to be one-handed.
It's an interception. 1st down, Arizona.
Definitely has that right foot down. Does he get that left foot down before he goes out of bounds? One-handed. Both of them are in. And then again, control through the process of the catch as he goes to the ground with just one hand on the football. 1 foot, 2 foot, possession, all the way through the process. Better watch it. He's going to be a wide receiver next week.
There's a reason he's gone to 5 Pro Bowls before the age of 26. Joining Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, and Emmitt Smith. They were the other 3.
Not bad company to be in.
All turnovers are reviewed. Arizona now +8 in the takeaway department. So the Cardinals start from their 10, and that pass gets batted down by Jerry Hughes.
Jerry Hughes is off to a good start this season. You know, has been disruptive week 1, played well week 2. And again, just good recognition of what's going on. You see that formation outside, and during your film study, you know, sometimes you just get certain keys. You know, when David Johnson motions out like that, and Larry Fitzgerald is the back guy in a bunch, you know, be alert for a little quick bubble screen. You get upfield, and you see Carson Palmer look out that way, jump up, knock that ball down.
2nd and 10. Empty backfield, Johnson slot to the left. Palmer, near side, incomplete, bounced in front of John Brown. So the Cardinals now facing a 3rd down and 10 after going 3 and out on each of their first 4 possessions.
Just missed John Brown on this throw right here. Carson Palmer, he's got plenty of room. You can see Stephon Gilmore late getting out of his break. One hops it.
Carson Palmer, 1 for 9 to start this game. And he has had his struggles in the past against Rex Ryan coach teams. Penalty marker, and the play is blown dead. Ball start, Arizona.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 68, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's the left tackle, Jared Valdir.
That's the big thing with the Rex Ryan style defense. They're getting you to look one way. So everything going to the offensive left, all the pressure seems like it's going there, and then all of a sudden they're going to drop out, and that pressure is going to come from the right side.
Long history between Bruce Arians and Rex Ryan. Think back to some of the great Pittsburgh-Baltimore matchups. 3rd down and 15. Palmer from the end zone finds Johnson, but wrapping him up immediately was Preston Brown. So make it 5 possessions, no 1st downs, 5 punts.
Really nice job by this Bills defense. There are a ton of playmakers on the field for this Arizona offense, and that, again, that's another good matchup. I think Arizona would be happy with David Johnson versus Preston Brown. That's a matchup that I think they would win the majority of the time. Well covered by Preston Brown.
Punt fielded out of bounds. That was Catanzaro, the place kicker, who punted, and there is a flag.
We talk about the importance of field position in games, and yet this afternoon, the teams that have had the opportunity with good starting field position have really struggled. Arizona early on in the game, their first possession at the Bills 38. The Bills last time out had good field position, couldn't do anything with that. looks like they're going to get another opportunity right here.
Walt Anderson sorting things out.
Illegal touching, number 28 of the kicking team. Went out of bounds and was the first player to touch the kick. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. It'll be first down Buffalo. Timeout.
So the Bills take over, leading the Cardinals by 10.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Bring home the flavor, only at Pizza Hut. By Miller Lite, the original light beer. And by Chevrolet, more 2016 J.D. Power Dependability Awards than any other brand.
Buffalo Bills looking for their first victory, made the change at offensive coordinator as this play is blown dead.
Encroachment, number 98, defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Corey Peters. Bills replacing Greg Roman with Anthony Lynn following the loss to the Jets last Thursday. There's Peters, who was the guilty Cardinal. And the Bills had 10 days to answer all the questions. They've come out taking a 10-0 lead. And here is McCoy, who takes it inside the Cardinals' 30. LaShawn McCoy gaining 18 yards.
Boy, they are really finding some big running lanes to the outside. We're going to get a kick out here. Squeezed down, rooped around all the way out to Tyvon Branch. You got to do a little bit more than that. I know you got a big tackle coming, but these undersized guys, this hybrid player that the Arizona Cardinals have down in that box, whether it's Tony Jefferson, Tyrann Mathieu, Deone Buchanan, and even Tyvon Branch, they're smaller guys, but they're very physical at the point. That time, Tyvon Branch was not able to squeeze that outside contain enough.
Gillislee in the backfield from the 29. Taylor pump fake, moving to his right, and now takes off, and he dives ahead for another Bills first down. Tyrod Taylor back on his feet, had that 49-yard run earlier, all-time record for a Bills quarterback. And by the way, Darrell, it was Joe Ferguson who held the mark, 41 yards back in 1977.
Oh, as he's sliding, it looks like Calais Campbell is trying to hop over the top. Watch the big man come right down on his leg right there.
Now the direct snap to McCoy. And McCoy dives ahead to the 10-yard line. As we head to Los Angeles, Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Some people are wondering what's wrong with Aaron Rodgers so far today. Nothing. This is his third touchdown pass of the day to Richard Rodgers so far. All Green Bay. 24-3, and they're just early in the second quarter. Kenny Moose and Lauren.
All right, thanks, Kurt. So now Taylor sets up out of the shotgun. We saw Campbell fall on him, and then Taylor was split wide to the left as they went to the Wildcat. Now it's Taylor on 2nd and 2. He throws, and this one gets batted down. Calais Campbell getting a piece of it.
You wonder if that was something that Anthony Lynn saw right at the end of that play. Jumps into that Wildcat formation, does the direct snap to LaShawn McCoy, allows Tyrod Taylor just an extra snap outside with no pressure. Give that that leg that was landed on by Calais Campbell one more snap to recover. That's a big man to have come down on your leg, Kenny. Very fortunate for the Bills that Tyrod Taylor is up and playing right now.
Right, 6'8", 300 pounds, Calais Campbell. Now on 3rd and 2, it is Gillislee who picks up the first down. Mike Gillislee to the Arizona 5.
I tell you, they have really found some soft spots inside. Real nice job by Richie Incognito as Kevin Minter comes to hit that. Times it up well, hits it right on the snap. But Richie Incognito just washes Kevin Minter down to the inside.
Gillislee spent some time on the Cardinals practice squad last year before joining the Bills. Bills send in an extra blocker, 72, Ryan Croy. First and goal from the 5. The toss to McCoy. Stutter step. He dives forward for a Bills touchdown. His second today.
He's a unique player. He really is. His vision, his feel. He's on the edge right now. I thought he had the corner. But Chandler Jones does a heck of a job being able to get to the sideline. Look at him put the brakes on and then fight back inside to get inside the pylon for the touchdown. I tell you, that's a lot of momentum to bring to a stop in a couple of steps and change direction.
The four-time Pro Bowler LaShawn McCoy with a pair of touchdowns. All scoring plays are reviewed. Walt Anderson waiting for the official word from upstairs.
Well, Rex Ryan said early in the week, this is my call. I made the decision to make the change at offensive coordinator with Greg Roman. Make sure that LaShawn McCoy does get in before that knee is down. And we're getting ready to kick.
It has been confirmed. Carpenter's extra point is good. 17-0 Buffalo.
He said it was in the best interest of the team, and boy, his team made him look prophetic at the start of this one.
What a start for the Buffalo Bills. Is it the play caller or the playmakers or a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both, but in my opinion, it always tilts to the playmakers. A guy like LaShawn McCoy, a guy like Tyrod Taylor. They don't even have Sammy Watkins in there. Anthony Lynn has done a great job. You pointed out, and Laura talked about the fact that he listens to his guys, what they like, what positions they like to be in, the formations, personnel groupings. I watched this practice on Friday. The offense was running the same plays that they've run the first 2 weeks, but something else is there. This is click. They look so much different today with the confidence and the belief in what they're doing offensively.
Now remember, the Bills did score 31 points in their last game against the Jets, lost 37-31. Now on the other side, the Arizona Cardinals coming off a 40-point effort against Tampa Bay. 5 series, 7 total yards, no first downs, and Carson Palmer is 2 for 10.
And Bruce Arians talked to his guy. He called out specific players. He called out different portions of the game where he was not happy. He said we left a ton of yards and a ton of points on the field during that game. So he does not want his players to think that all of a sudden all their issues were fixed by the big win last week against Tampa Bay. He's being prophetic as well. Arizona has started this game off very poorly.
From the 16-yard line on first down, Palmer fires downfield looking for John Brown. Stephon Gilmore defending.
I got a Bill late getting up right now after the play here, but again, this is the third deep ball we've seen. This was an Achilles heel in that Jets game. Stephon Gilmore behind. Here comes Aaron Williams in from the side. It looks like Aaron Williams is still down on the field.
Bills medical staff checking on strong safety Aaron Williams.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Genesis. Take a breath of fresh luxury.
17-0 lead for the Bills over Bruce Arians and the Arizona Cardinals. There's Aaron Williams, replaced by Duke Williams. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. Palmer's pass is caught. That's only the 3rd completion for Carson Palmer. It's John Brown at the 25-yard line, a gain of 9, setting up a 3rd down and 1.
Now, the one thing that's jumping out to me on defense for the Buffalo Bills against the Cardinals here is how competitive they are at the point of the catch. They got beat to the punch against the Jets. Their receivers just appeared to be able to want that ball more than them. That is not the case today. Every catch is contested. The few that Arizona's had, and the Bills are in good position.
3rd down and 1. Cardinals without a first down today. This is Johnson pushing the pile.
There's a shocker, too. This is a team, second to last in the NFL time of possession, only ahead of the Bears, and had run the fewest plays over the first 2 weeks in the NFL. And here they are today controlling the flow against a very difficult Arizona Cardinal defense.
So the Cardinals pick up their first down of the game. It took 20 minutes, 47 seconds. Last time the Cardinals did not have a first down the entire first quarter. Have to go back to a game in 2011 against San Francisco. So a new set of downs for the Cardinals. First time we could say that today. From the 26-yard line, it's Johnson. And David Johnson picks up another first down, so first downs on back-to-back plays for Johnson.
Yeah, and you just can't relax. This defense has got to continue to play. There's Rob Ryan right there, brought in assistant head coach on the defensive side, helping out with Dennis Thurman, the defensive coordinator. He's got to keep his guys focused. This is a very, very talented Arizona offense. They can strike just as quickly as the Bills can.
24 points in the second quarter for the Cardinals in last week's game. From the 37 on first down. Palmer's pass is nearly picked off. Stephon Gilmore thought he had it.
And Jermaine Gresham gets up and he's having a conversation with the official about, wasn't that holding, wasn't there interference down the field? Again, this is our second indication that the officials today are going to let the guys play downfield. Unless you're doing something completely egregious, they're going to allow these guys to be physical on the outside. They've just got to stay consistent with these type of calls during the course of the afternoon. Guys are going to start to adjust their style of play down the field.
Seven defensive backs in the game for the Bills, and the Cardinals keep it on the ground with Johnson. Johnson out to the 44-yard line.
Definitely something that Arizona had to see against the New York Jets. What the Jets did, they would get into some second and long situations, and they ran the ball several times in those situations and either picked up first downs or got it into a third and short situation.
Aaron Williams has returned. Third down and 4 for the Cardinals. Empty backfield. Palmer on the slant for a first down, and there is a late flag. Larry Fitzgerald makes the catch, and now a second flag has been thrown.
Let's see what John Brown did on this. You had a stack set on the outside. So watch John Brown here that helps Larry Fitzgerald get back inside. Does he initiate contact? That's like he's blocking right there. Absolutely good call by the officials. Larry's got a ton of credibility out there in their field. He's pleading the case for Arizona, but it sure looked like John Brown had offensive pass interference. Now it's 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage. The question could be the distance down the field.
Pass interference, number 12, offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Still third down.
So you can do this if you're just inside 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage. So you can see that blue line. So let's watch John Brown inside number 12 on Stephon Gilmore. You can see he initiates contact over 2.5 yards down the field. That is offensive pass interference.
Good call by the officials. Pushing the Cardinals back to their 33-yard line. Third down and 14. Cardinals must get to the 47 for a first down. Palmer in trouble, wrapped up. Down he goes, Lorenzo Alexander. Second Bill sack and another flag.
Well, you can see Carson Palmer's helmet off. So we could have Lorenzo Alexander grabbing that helmet.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 55, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's on Jerry Hughes.
All right, Lorenzo Alexander, number 57 is going to get the sack. See if that is Jerry Hughes right there down in his stance.
You saw Alexander with the sack, and then Hughes grabbed the helmet.
And a lot of people talk about the face mask, but you've got the ear holes there. So if you get your finger caught in the ear hole and pull it off with that, I saw a play last weekend where it was behind the back, actually reached in, grabbed inside underneath the helmet from the back, pulled that helmet off. So those are all the same type of personal foul penalties.
So a 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from their 44-yard line. Trailing the Bills 17-0. Palmer over the top on 1st down, another flag. Catch made by the tight end Darren Fells.
Illegal formation. Number 15 on the offense was covering up number 85. That's a 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
That's on Michael Floyd as we check in with Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Washington at New York. Giants looking to go 3-0. This helps Orleans Darkwa 2-yard touchdown run. Caps off an 8-play, 75-yard drive. Giants up 21-9. Kenny?
Thanks, Carissa. Giants with wins over the Cowboys and the Saints. Here at Orchard Park, Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston are open. And at times, Mike Pereira joins us as well. 8th play of the drive for the Cardinals. Palmer throws, and the catch was made at the 45-yard line, taken up to the 50 by Jerron Brown. As Palmer took a hit as he released the football, gain of 11.
Yeah, this Bills front is doing a nice job this afternoon. They've gotten a lot of hits onto Carson Palmer. Jerry Hughes lucky right there. He's got to be up a little higher. He can't be down around that quarterback's legs when he's in that passing posture in the pocket. Got a little close there as he stumbled into Carson Palmer.
2nd down and 4. On the slant. Another 1st down. It's Michael Floyd.
That's a really well run route by Michael Floyd right there. Big physical guy on the outside, on the slant. Gets his shoulders turned. I mean, it literally shows Carson Palmer the numbers, and he puts it between the 1 and the 5.
From the Bills 42, play action. It's Johnson out of the backfield. Johnson has a 1st down to the Buffalo 31-yard line.
He's a big, thick running back, but I tell you, he can make a lot of people miss. One of the best in the business. You see right there, just a little stutter, leaves the leg there. Corey Graham misses and almost gets away from Zach Brown right here.
So the Cardinals with 5 1st downs on this drive after they did not have any up until this current possession. From the Bills 31, it's number 31, David Johnson.
Amazing how you can come out and just stumble around for the first part of a game. You look at that, the first 5 drives, obviously all 3 and outs, only 15 plays, 7 yards, and then all of a sudden, whether it's something set on the sideline, everything starts to click. You come out and put together a drive like this. And they've been challenged by penalties, too. They've had to overcome a little bit of adversity on this drive.
Cardinals have had the ball for over 6 minutes on this possession. 2nd down and 5. From the Bills 27 again, the handoff to Johnson. And he's tackled from behind by Duzable. So it will be 3rd down and 3.
I'll tell you, this is a big play right here. You're sitting at 17-0. Haven't really done a whole lot offensively until this drive. This is a critical snap for this Arizona Cardinals at an early stage here in the first half, late in the first half.
Just 1 for 7 on 3rd down. down and 3. Palmer look right, throws left. It's Fells, the tight end. And a terrific second effort. Stays on his feet. Loses his helmet. And the former college basketball player, also played professionally overseas, professional basketball. Darren Fells picks up another Arizona first down.
This is a really nice play call. There's Darren Fells at the tight end spot, going to set up. It's going to be a screen. You send Larry Fitzgerald, who was split outside Darren Fells, down the field deep. You flare David Johnson to the opposite side of the field, attract all that attention from the Bills defenders, and then throw a little tight end screen.
He never took those types of hits on the basketball court. From the 16 of the Bills, it's Johnson. Johnson takes it down to the 10, a gain of 6 as the clock winds down here at Orchard Park. And we hit the 2-minute warning with the Bills leading by 17, but the Cardinals have controlled the ball for over 8 minutes on this drive. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 2 minutes remaining, second quarter. Buffalo Bills lead the Arizona Cardinals 17-0. Second down and 5. Keep it on the ground with Johnson. And a nice tackle made by Adolphus Washington.
Now, we talked about Coach Arians and his assessment of the game last week against Tampa Bay. Not happy. You mentioned they had 24 points in that second quarter. 14 of those coming in the last minute and a half. They're kind of following that model again here with their one really good drive of the first half right here at the end.
This will be the 16th play of the drive for the Cardinals. They have 15 on their first 5 drives combined. Third down and 4. Palmer sets. And now throws. There is a flag. Broken up by Gilmore. Fells, the intended receiver.
One of the matchups that Arizona was very comfortable with, if they could get David Johnson against the linebackers of the Bills.
Holding number 23, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So Aaron Williams is flagged for the hold. New set of downs for the Cardinals.
But they have that matchup right there. You're in the red zone. You get David Johnson matched up against a linebacker. The Bills linebackers have done a nice job here in the first half in coverage against David Johnson. The hold here is going to be on Aaron Williams, number 23, in the back of the end zone. Actually, it's going to be 53. It was not 23, 53.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Palmer looking for Fitzgerald with Aaron Williams defending.
Well, you know that Larry is going to be a featured guy down here in the red zone. They've got a lot of tells, a lot of things that they can sort out pre-snap, by formation, by motion regarding Larry Fitzgerald and when they want to get him the football. Good coverage there again by the Bills in the secondary.
Formation to the left, including Fitzgerald. On second and goal, it is Johnson. Spotted shy of the goal line.
Just the fact that he got down there near the goal line, Kenny. And I thought he was stopped up near the 5-yard line.
This is the first charge timeout, Arizona.
Cardinals stop the clock.
I tell you right there, it looks like David Johnson breaks the plane before he's down. Again, an opportunity for Bruce Arians to challenge.
Well, it's the last 2 minutes.
Our last 2 minutes, so yeah, we're up in the booth right now for a review.
Right, it would have to come from the booth. We check in with Mike Pereira in Los Angeles during this Cardinals timeout. Mike, what do you think? We apologize. We'll check back with Mike. And now Walt Anderson, following the Arizona timeout, will head over to take a look. We'll be back. Walt Anderson heading back onto the field following the booth review of the previous play.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed. When the runner's knee is down, the ball is breaking the plane of the goal line. It's a touchdown.
So it is a touchdown for David Johnson. The Cardinals are on the board. Now we check in with Mike Pereira. Good afternoon, Mike. Do you agree with the call?
Well, I do, and you can see Rex Ryan didn't if you read his lips on the sidelines, but the shin really, to me, is the first thing that gets down, but all the ball has to do is just touch the front edge of the plane, and that's why you have replay. It's a close play, but does a good job of keeping the leg up, and then the ball breaks the plane. It's a touchdown.
All right, one more look. Thanks, Mike.
It's pretty impressive that David Johnson was able to keep that left leg from touching the ground.
Now you see Drew Butler back out to hold the punter who suffered a left ankle injury earlier. And the place kicker, Catanzaro, actually handled the last punt. Butler has returned to hold. The snapper, Cameron Canaday, who was injured earlier, will send it back to Drew Butler. Extra point is good. A 17-play drive. Cardinals on the board. Trail the Bills by 10. We look forward to the Visa halftime report. Check in downstairs with Laura.
Kenny, we've been talking about Anthony Lynn, and I talked to him before this game, and he was talking about how much it meant to him, saying it is not the situation I would have thought it was, waiting all these years for this shot at being an offensive coordinator. But his story is a pretty amazing one. He was in a car accident in 2005. He told me it should have left him dead. He said, I've waited so many years for this opportunity. He made sure on Friday to go sit in the coach's box to get a different perspective, not just on his offense, but he said, I wanted to take a minute in that box to not just look at the offense, but look at my journey and give thanks for this opportunity. And he's making up for it right now, first half, putting up 17 points.
Thanks, Laura. And then Rex Ryan telling us if we win on Sunday, Anthony's going right back into that coaching box at next Friday's practice.
Absolutely. Excited but not anxious. You could tell when we met with him on Friday. I love the quote that he said, I do all my play calling Monday through Friday. Sunday it's just the guts to call what I know is the right call. And boy, he's had some good calls here in the first half.
And some tremendous mentors. He played for Bill Walsh, George Seifert, Mike Shanahan, won a couple of Super Bowls as a player with the Broncos. And he said working under Bill Parcells in Dallas, he said that was like going to Harvard.
I've been trying to figure out this first half. The tempo, to me, not a whole lot different. You've seen a lot of the same plays. I'm excited to see a third one or a fourth one and see if we see E.J. Manuel come on. I know that'll get some of this crowd probably going crazy. But I think that there's a belief, and the fact that he reached out to the players for their input, I think that there's just a chemistry that was created with this change more than anything else. Whatever it is, this offense has really kind of bought into it, and they've had a great first half here. Basically running the same stuff that they had run the first 2 weeks.
First down reception made by Robert Woods. And this offense stumbling ahead is Gillislee. And then football comes loose. Question is, was Gillislee ruled down?
Ruling on the field, the runner was down by contact. This is the first charged timeout, Buffalo.
One more look. Bills use a timeout. This offense, they were sitting on the sidelines for quite some time. Remember, the Cardinals had the ball for 9.5 minutes, a 17-play drive. So the Bills offense finally back on the field.
And I like what we're seeing right here. Let's test. Let's see if we can get into a position. We only had 51 seconds, or when we got to the ball back from Arizona. You're not sitting on it. You're being smart. It's kind of a tactical thing. There's nothing schematic. You can't really change the offense in 1 week when you're talking about week 2 of the regular season. So Anthony Lynn has just brought some different perspective and different style to this offense.
There's McCoy. And he's cut down at the 40-yard line. Nice tackle made by Minter. Bills have 2 timeouts. Under 40 seconds remaining. Second down and 7. Taylor to the near side, incomplete. intended for Goodwin. Now remember, the Cardinals get the ball first in the second half. Bills won the toss at the start of the game, elected to receive. So Arizona with a long drive finally put points on the board, and they will receive the second half kickoff. And should they get the ball back here, if the Bills do not pick up a first down on this play, the Cardinals have all 3 of their timeouts. But the Bills will pick up the first. Ball comes loose. McCoy out at midfield, lost the football at the end of the run.
Good strip on the play right here. You can see it's off the body a little bit. They come into that contact area. There's the punch and the hit right there by Tony Jefferson.
The second charge timeout. Buffalo, 30-second timeout.
Jordan Mills, the right tackle, falling on it.
That's one of those plays that nobody's going to talk a lot about tomorrow around the water cooler, but that was a big play right there by Jordan Mills. We talked about that scenario last week against Tampa Bay when Arizona scored 14 right at the end of the first half. Would have been a great opportunity, that Cardinal offense coming right back out after that long drive with an opportunity to get more points here before the end of the half.
Down to 21 seconds with the Bills leading by 10. Taylor takes off, or at least attempts to. And then he's dropped back at the 46-yard line by Chandler Jones.
Daniel Jones coming from the right side. We're going to get Cyrus Kwanjo. Good staying with it right there. You get in this situation, you have that quarterback with the ability to extend this play, and you're holding the ball for a long time. You have to understand that in these situations.
So the Bills make the change in offensive coordinator, but in your opinion, the offense doesn't look much different than it did against the Jets 10 days ago.
You made the point. They scored 31 points. I mean, this is an offense that has a lot of playmakers in it. It was just something that was not right there. There was something that they just didn't feel was they were moving in the right direction, so they made the change.
On 2nd and 12. Pass intended for Goodwin with Cooper defending.
I think the big thing that everybody's talked about is the volume down. You bring the volume of plays down, your preparation during the course of the week, you have confidence that you've covered all your bases, you come onto the field, there's not as much thinking going on from the quarterback position. The offensive line, I think, has a little bit better perspective in the run blocking. There's not as many changes there. They're able to just kind of come out. I think what we're seeing here in the first half with the Bills is they're not thinking as much as they were in the past, they're just playing.
8 seconds remaining. As Taylor will heave it downfield. And that will do it for the first half here at Orchard Park. With the Buffalo Bills and Rex Ryan looking for their first victory, leading the Arizona Cardinals at halftime by the score of 17-7. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. LaShawn McCoy and the Bills out to a 17-0 lead. Spectacular interception by Patrick Peterson. McCoy with a couple of touchdowns. Cardinals would score late. David Johnson extending across for the Arizona score. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. 17-7. Bills with the lead as we get set for the second half. 165 yards on the ground. Arizona 5-3 and outs. They did not pick up a first down until their 6th possession.
86 yards of offense. Great job by the Buffalo Bills defense. That's a lot of talented players on the offensive side of the ball for the Cardinals, and to hold them under 100 yards in that first half, that's good defense.
kickoff specialist, was deactivated in the Bills' last game. Who's handled the kickoff duties today. Ellington will take a knee, so the Cardinals will start from their 25-yard line. What does Arizona need to do, Darryl, to get back into this game?
They got to get back into a rhythm. I think they do need to get David Johnson more involved in the running game. It's not their style. I agree with what the guys said at halftime. They're trying to stretch that ball down the field, and I would too. I mean, I watched that tape with what the Jets did down the field vertically. Now, that was more of an outside geared passing game. Arizona's more into the middle, but the Bills secondary has played the deep ball very well this afternoon. That's a staple in this Cardinals offense.
The Bills secondary without one of their starters, quarterback Ronald Darby, who lost Aaron Williams earlier, but he returned. Carson Palmer just 7 for 18 in the first half. This is David Johnson. Johnson out to the 28. Corbin Bryant, the tackle, as we head downstairs. Check in with Laura.
Let me tell you something. Bruce Arians does not panic. He said it was bad, but we couldn't stay on the field because we couldn't make a third down. We finally made some. We converted some third downs. That's why we finally got a rhythm that we have to keep doing in the second half. As for Rex Ryan, he said there is a lot to like. Now we have to finish it. He said keep up the tempo, convert third downs, run the ball, and play our tails off. Kenny?
Thanks, Laura. Bills looking for their first win. 6-point losses to the Ravens and the Jets. Cardinals at 1-1. Over their first two games, 2nd down and 7. And Palmer's pass is caught by the tight end, Troy Nicholas, but Zach Brown right there to make the tackle.
I think the biggest thing that we heard there from Laura was finish. Rex Ryan talking about finishing. There is a long way to go in this game and a lot of opportunity for this Cardinals offense. They can't be satisfied with how they've played up to this point. One of the things they did not do against the Jets individually from play to play was finish that play. Can they finish this game here in the second half?
Fans rise in unison here at Orchard Park. 3rd down and 7. Cardinals must get to the 35 for a first down, and they cannot. Pass intended for Larry Fitzgerald, who has only 1 reception today, and it was early.
And credit Dennis Thurman, Rob Ryan for the pressure package that they're putting on. Duke Williams, 27, coming from the right there. You've got 2 blitzers coming to that side. The tackle gets caught in between, actually lets both guys go free to the quarterback. Their pressure scheme this afternoon has gotten home multiple times.
Here's Catanzaro, the place kicker, punting for the 2nd time due to the ankle injury suffered by Butler, and it is not a good one. The Bills with excellent field position. They will start from the Cardinals' 47.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Dodge. And by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach.
Taking it to the end zone, touchdown, Spartans.
Always great to see the kids out there, North Cheektowaga and South Buffalo. Down back in your neck of the woods this weekend. This is McCoy on the direct snap. And LaShawn McCoy gains 7 to the Arizona 40.
Still having a lot of success with the running game, especially between the tackles. Maybe one of the bigger changes that I'm seeing from the first couple of weeks, it appeared that Buffalo wanted to get that ball out on the edge. They wanted to run and press those edges. Today they're kind of more in between the tackle. You can see the success they've had with that approach.
Most rushing yards in the first half since their last playoff win. December 95 against the Dolphins. That was Don Shula's last game as an NFL head coach. Here's McCoy on 2nd and 3, and he gets swallowed up by Calais Campbell. No gain on the play. Sean McCoy with 89 yards on the ground in the first half. Couple of touchdowns. Now up to 96. Bills led the league in rushing last season. Third down and 3. Powell in motion. Taylor on 3rd down. It's complete, but Powell stumbles, gets back up, picks up a first down and more. What a second effort by Walter Powell.
Just how Anthony Lynn had it drawn up.
Right.
We're going to run a quick flat. I want you to catch it, spin around, fall down, and then get back up and get downfield. Tyrod Taylor gets the ball to him quick as he pivots back inside. He stumbles a little bit, but quick little burst, and he's down the sideline.
Looked like Marquise Goodwin shaken up. He's limping on the sideline, so Goodwin has come off the field. Bills now down to 3 healthy receivers without Watkins and Salas today. Taylor throwing back across the field on first down. Nobody in the vicinity as we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kenny. Let's head to Carolina. Kyle Rudolph, nice big target, a 15-yard touchdown catch from Sam Bradford. They went for 2. They got it. Vikings up 16-10 on the road. Kenny, Darrell, and Laura.
Not only Marquise Goodwin, Kenny, but also Charles Clay. So already Sammy Watkins out of the lineup at the start. There's Charles Clay, your big playmaker at the tight end position, and your speed threat, Marquise Goodwin.
Play with knee issues during the week. 2nd down and 10. Taylor, after he faked the handoff to McCoy. Taylor inside the 20, and then angled out by the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week with 2 picks last Sunday, Marcus Cooper.
Tyrod Taylor comes up shaking his hand. I thought he was going to turn upfield a little bit more because he had Brandon Tate in pitch relationship. He came back in motion. You can see him in the back of the screen right there. He goes down to put that left hand down to try and gain his balance, and he came up shaking that after the play.
In pitch relationship, I like that.
I like that. Going back to my old option days.
3rd down and 4. Woods comes in motion. Taylor on 3rd down. Can't find anyone. He takes off, picks up a 1st down. He's inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown!
Well, we saw the slip and then the pop-up and 1st down by Walter Powell earlier in this drive. Now we've got another big slip. It's Patrick Peterson. He's coming up in support. He's kind of moving away, but as he comes back to get Tyrod Taylor, just completely slips and leaves a huge vacancy right there. You see him go down. He's trying to stop, put his foot in the ground, head the other way.
The extra point is no good. Wide to the right. Tyrod Taylor takes it all the way to extend the Buffalo lead. Tyrod Taylor and the Buffalo Bills out to a 23-7 lead. Career high 82 rushing yards for Taylor. A 6-play, 47-yard drive set up by that short punt. Only 19 yards from the Cardinals place kicker, Catanzaro. Butler suffering the left knee injury earlier. Gave the Bills a short field and they capitalized. Well, small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile.
I think the impressive thing, today what this Bills offense is doing, they're not catching this Arizona defense by surprise. This is a defense that has to face a player very similar to the quarterback position as Tyrod Taylor, Russell Wilson from Seattle twice a year. So they felt very comfortable in the game plan, the style of play that they were going to see from the position, but Tyrod Taylor is having an excellent day this afternoon.
And from an offensive standpoint for the Cardinals, 5 straight 3-and-outs to start the game, and then a 17-play scoring drive, helped out by a couple of Buffalo penalties. A punt earlier in this half, and now a shot from Kyle Williams to Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer took a big hit right here from Kyle Williams, and he's trying to extend this play. And right at the end here, he knows he's going to take it to deliver that ball down the field. Kyle Williams, good clean hit on Carson Palmer.
We met with Kyle Williams on Friday. He made a real interesting point when we asked him about Palmer. He said we have a little more freedom up front, knowing that Carson does not really look to run. We can take some more chances.
They don't have to be so lane with the integrity of the rush lanes as they were last week against the Jets and Fitzgerald. That is the surprise to me, what they've been able to do to David Johnson. And he is an explosive running back, and they have really kept him under wraps today. He was one of our players to watch coming into this game. And I tell you what, this Bills defense has done a great job keeping him contained in the run game and the pass game.
There's Preston Brown, Kyle Williams, Zach Brown over to help out. Loss of a yard, 3rd down and 11. Cardinals must get to the 35. Palmer to the outside, it's Fitzgerald. And Larry Fitzgerald with his 2nd catch of the day for an Arizona 1st down.
Now you got to know, pre-snap on a 3rd long, they're going to be looking for a couple guys. David Johnson, the other one has got to be Larry Fitzgerald. Look at that ability to catch the ball. And again, going to the ground, through the process of the catch, the ball can hit the ground. You just can't lose possession of it. Great catch by Larry Fitzgerald on the outside.
Fitzgerald shifting. 1st and 10, 36-yard line off the fake to Johnson. Palmer hits a wide open David Johnson out of the backfield. And Johnson spins ahead for another Cardinals 1st down out to the 48-yard line.
Somebody that defenses have to be aware of, not just coming out of the backfield as a running back or a receiver, but outside in different areas in formation. 72 total yards this afternoon.
152 for Johnson against the Bucs last Sunday. Fitzgerald in motion from the 48-yard line. Again, it is Johnson. Now he picks up the 3rd straight 1st down on the last 3 plays for the Arizona Cardinals to the Bills. 39, a gain of 14.
A nice patient run right here. Just going to start off, wind it back. Good job by his guys up front, getting in behind big Mike Iupati, that left guard. Again, good job by Corey Graham. You've got David Johnson, who's a great after-contact running back. You square him up and minimize his impact on that run.
The 3-time Pro Bowler Chris Johnson replaces David Johnson in the backfield. From the 39 on 1st down. Palmer again complete to Fitzgerald at the Bills' 28-yard line with Corey White, the ex-Cardinal, defending. Another 1st down for Arizona.
But getting to the outside in the passing game, we saw in that 1st half, Arizona really trying to test the middle of the field against the Bills secondary. And they were up to the task, played the ball well in the air in the middle of the field. They struggled against the Jets on the outside. Now Arizona getting to that passing game where they're throwing the out route to the sideline.
Midway through the 3rd quarter, Bills lead the Cardinals by 16. From the 28, it's Chris Johnson, who played for Rex Ryan with the New York Jets, and it's Zach Brown who makes the tackle. Chris Johnson, the longtime Tennessee Titan, one of 7 backs in history to rush for 2,000 yards in one season.
And to be able to have a changeup like that, to take David Johnson out, bring Chris Johnson in. Still a running back that you have to be aware of, that breakaway speed.
Bills send in 7 defensive backs. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Chris Johnson. And he takes it down to the Buffalo 23-yard line as the Bills continue to shuffle personnel. Kyle Williams back on the field. The Cardinals now facing a 3rd down and 5. What does Bruce Arians have up his sleeve? David Johnson back in. 3 receivers and 7 DBs for the Buffalo Bills. Palmer on 3rd and 5, and the catch is made for a 1st down by the tight end, Darren Fells.
That's the 2nd time in this game. You know, really, this is an important drive here, trying to get back right down the field after Buffalo scores a touchdown, and they've gone to Darren Fells in 2 critical 3rd down situations.
He's a big target, 6'7", 280 pounds. Carson Palmer 4 for 5 on this drive. Another first down for Arizona. Here's David Johnson. And he's brought down at the 12-yard line by Zach Brown. 8 of 5. 2nd and 5 for Arizona. Remember, they drove 17 plays on their touchdown drive late in the first half. This will be the 11th play of this drive.
It's been an all-or-nothing afternoon for this Arizona Cardinal offense.
Cardinals have had the ball for 5.5 minutes. Movement prior to the snap.
Neutral zone infraction number 55. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Jerry Hughes, 6th Buffalo penalty.
Interesting to see what we do here. It's an Arizona Cardinal offense. You take that shot into the end zone here on this 2nd and short.
Second down and 1. Fitzgerald split wide to the right. From the 7-yard line, the handoff to David Johnson. Johnson bottled up. So it will be 3rd and short.
Good push on the left side. Jerry Hughes again. We talk about him as a pass rusher. He's there. No, actually, that was Adolphus Washington with some big push right there. Kind of disrupted that whole play. David Johnson got tripped up by his own guy.
Four Bills come running onto the field as the Cardinals head to the line. Some late personnel changes. 3rd down and 1. It's Johnson, and he will not get there. The initial penetration by number 94, Jarrell Worthy.
That was a good job by the Bills getting that personnel change done late. Got the big bodies in, expecting run in that situation, trying to match Arizona's personnel, and they got penetration straight up the field. Kyle Williams, Jarrell Worthy. That play had no chance.
4th down, Cardinals leave their offense on the field, trailing by 16. Fourth down and 2. And this play is blown dead.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So now the Cardinals will send out the field goal unit, including a limping Drew Butler. He's the holder with the left ankle issue, limping out onto the field. The long snapper, Canada, shaken up earlier, but did not miss any time. He's the rookie out of Portland State. And the 3rd-year place kicker, Catanzaro, who has become the punter as well. Only a 19-yard punt on his last effort, which helped lead to a Bills touchdown. This a 31-yard attempt. High snap. Catanzaro chasing after the ball. It's still loose, and then picked up by Aaron Williams. And Williams will take it all the way.
It has been an area of concern for Coach Bruce Arians going back to that Patriot game, an opportunity for a game-winning field goal at the end. A little bit of a low snap, had an impact on the kick there. He's watched the mechanics here. This is a high snap. Now the worst part about this, Drew Butler is going to be no help. So all you have is Chandler Catanzaro right now is your option to get on this ball and protect it with 4 Buffalo Bills all around him.
A 52-yard return by Aaron Williams. Bruce Arians telling us yesterday the snap operation, one of my biggest concerns. The extra point is good. And the Bills now lead the Cardinals 30-7. Synchronized Ryans.
Is sponsored by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network.
Late third quarter at Orchard Park. Rex Ryan's Bills have returned a fumble for a touchdown now in back-to-back games. They lead the Cardinals 30-7. There's Canada, the long snapper, high snap, could not be handled by Butler, the punter, who was suffering from the ankle injury. And it leads to a Bills score. Ellington cut down at the 18-yard line as the Ryan brothers celebrate. And then Tyrod Taylor out to congratulate Aaron Williams, his first career touchdown. Rex Ryan, brother Rob, to his left, together here in Buffalo. Rob, the assistant head coach on the defensive side, as Palmer finds his man, John Brown, out of the 23-yard line. And when you think back to Rex and Rob and their early days in the NFL, Darrell, it was out in Arizona, working under their father, the late Buddy Ryan. Penalty marker as the catch is made by Larry Fitzgerald.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a completed pass, first down.
Buddy Ryan hired as head coach by the Cardinals prior to the '94 season. And there are Rex and Rob as assistants with their dad. And Rex told us on Friday he learned more during those 2 seasons working under his dad than all other years combined. And I know you have so much respect for Buddy Ryan as the catch is made by John Brown for a Cardinals first down.
Yeah, maybe my favorite part of the entire weekend was Friday afternoon during the course of that story, and then having the opportunity to share stories with Rex about his father. And he is forever grateful to his dad for giving him that opportunity. He knows how many great coaches never get the opportunity to be in positions that Rex has been in since that. But his dad was one of the more difficult guys that we ever had to prepare for. One of my favorite guys to ever play against. And June 28th will always be a sad day for me, the day that we lost Buddy Ryan.
First and 10, 46-yard line. Palmer near side. Michael Floyd for a Cardinals first down at the Bills 39. And Rex telling us, he said, I was a 1-8 coach for 8 years. Worked with my dad, made my career. He saw, and we saw from him exactly how the game should be coached. 39-yard line of the Bills, first down, as Palmer fires, and the catch is made by Floyd at the Bills 22. So the Cardinals marching downfield after falling behind by 23.
And we talked about this coming out in the start of the second half finish. Yeah, you can look at the scoreboard right now, and everything is going our way. It's 30-7. You've got to finish this game. Too many weapons on this Arizona. They can score quick.
This is David Johnson, and he will take it into the end zone. You talk about scoring quick. Johnson with his second touchdown today from 22 yards out.
And because of the way this game has transpired up until this point, Arizona will be in this hurry-up 2-minute style of offense for the remainder of the game. They went right down the field, far too easy on this drive. The Bills defense has played well all afternoon. They did not on that drive. Michael Floyd getting down, getting a critical block right there in that situation.
And now the Cardinals going for 2. For the first time this season. Of course, the issues with the holder. Butler, pass was deflected by Jerry Hughes, so Cardinals cannot make it a two-possession game. They would have with the extra point or the two-point conversion. As we alluded to prior to the break, if the Cardinals kick the extra point, it's 30-14, 16-point differential, two-possession game. Remains a three-possession game here. Short kickoff fielded at the 21 on the run by Jerome Felton. But perhaps Bruce Arians worried about the operation with the snap issues and the holder Butler injured. We saw it happen moments ago, so that could have come into Bruce's thinking there.
Absolutely, because I really do think it was a little bit too early there. I would kick that extra point, leave it at 16, which is a two-possession game, but I really think you've got to take into consideration the last time that group was out on the field, you had the mishap with the mechanics of the snap, hold, kick, and it's 7 points Buffalo.
Now, if you get to 30-14, you still have to think about succeeding on two-point conversions.
But I think that that's the time you do that. You put yourself in that position, and now it is a 16-point game, so now we have to go for two on both of our touchdowns if we get those touchdowns.
Marcus Gold to the sack. Third quarter comes to an end at Orchard Park. We head to the fourth quarter in Orchard Park with the Bills leading by 17.
We talked about the pace and the communication from up above right there. Tyrod Taylor wants it done again, gives him a little bit of thumbs up. I got it that time.
Second down at 18. It's McCoy and the Wildcat. Third time we have seen this today. As McCoy takes the snap, and there is a flag. Sean McCoy out to the 33-yard line. But we will check with the referee, Walt Anderson.
Holding number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
Jordan Mills, right tackle.
Tough drive right here for this Bills offense going backwards. And if this Arizona defense can do anything to get them into a punt formation, they will end up with good field position after this drive.
Second down and 26. McCoy. So Darryl, if you're a Bills fan and you did not know about the change from Greg Roman to Anthony Lynn, and you watched first two games, then you watched today's game, what would you be thinking? Would you notice anything different?
I think the plays are the same. I think the pace is there, but to me, it's really kind of a belief in what these guys have had discussions with Anthony Lynn during the course of the week. We've seen Tyrod Taylor involved in the running game more than he has. I've seen a different style of run offense in regards to LaShawn McCoy, and I think that he was a perimeter-based runner with his shoulders parallel to the line, and today he has been more downhill between the tackles.
And they were doing it without Sammy Watkins. This is Woods. And Woods is down at the 20. Nice tackle made by Tyrann Mathieu as the Bills will punt it away.
And Tyrann Mathieu playing that free safety position. He's just not all the way back from that ACL. He's only 9 months removed from surgery, his second ACL in 3 years. So they're kind of protecting him a little bit, keeping him in the back end at that free safety spot. He is chomping at the bit to get that role of being the box safety down in the mix a little bit more.
We talked about the Cardinals punter, Butler, and all the issues today. First time we've seen Colton Schmidt since the first quarter. That was the last time the Bills punted. Wow. And this takes a Cardinals bounce. Field position has been a big story today on both sides. Cardinals with the football.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes will save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Burger King. Introducing the new Cheetos Chicken Fries, only at Burger King.
17-point game at Orchard Park. Bills leading the Cardinals 30-13 following a 26-yard punt by Schmidt. Terrific field position. Carson Palmer heating up after starting the game 2 for 10. From the 46-yard line, wide open, it's Fitzgerald. And Larry Fitzgerald picks up the Cardinals' first down. Chased out of bounds at the Buffalo 33.
And we just have not seen any panic from this Arizona Cardinal team. Dropping behind 30 to 6, and or 7, and they just continue to just stay the course. There's no panic.
Gain of 13 by Fitzgerald. Palmer with time on first down. And getting a hand on it was Brown. Zach Brown, there is a flag.
Zach Brown working the coverage against
Pass interference, number 53. Defense. Automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
See the little tug right there, and then he kind of spins him to get his arm across.
Seventh Buffalo penalty. From the Bills, 28. There's Johnson. Another flag. David Johnson takes it all the way down to the Bills' 20-yard line.
Holding, number 53. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's on the center, A.Q. Shipley.
Yeah, this Buffalo Bills defensive front has done a nice job. This is going to be Kyle Williams again. He's been disruptive inside all day. He's lined up outside. Now Mike Upati has got to stay with A.Q. Shipley a little bit longer on that block. It's going to be very difficult for your center to snap the ball and then get in position to be able to block Kyle Williams in that stance. I think Mike Upati left him a little bit too early.
Play clock winding down.
This is the first charge timeout, Buffalo.
Carson Palmer
30-second
clapping,
timeout.
calling for the football with the play clock winding down, and it's the Bills who use a timeout.
Cardinals very fortunate about that, and kind of surprising coming off that penalty, the holding call on A.Q. Shipley, that you're not ready to get that next play snapped and called.
Well, the Bills rookies hosted a Play 60 football clinic on Tuesday. NFL Play 60, the NFL's movement for a more active generation, encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Learn how you can join the NFL Play 60 movement at NFL.com/Play60.
A chance to get out here on the field, have some fun with your buddies.
You had a chance to play in this stadium in high school.
Very fortunate to get to play twice.
First down and 20 following the penalty and the timeout. Palmer sacked for the third time today. Corey Graham.
They have really done a nice job with the blitz package here. It's coming this way. Duke Williams and Corey Graham coming together. You've got 2-on-1. They were able to isolate David Johnson, get two, overload that side. One guy is coming free.
Loss of 9. And now Palmer throws. And Michael Floyd.
Referee saying no good. I'm sure Michael Floyd, he didn't catch this clean on the first one. He's probably out of bounds.
Yep.
When he finally corrals it.
Looked like the shoulder touchdown on the white. And that ends a streak. Palmer had completed 10 in a row. Third down and 29. Palmer to Fitzgerald. Corey Graham right there to make the tackle. He had the sack of Palmer a couple of plays ago. Graham, the Buffalo native, led the Bills in tackles last season, makes the play.
You bring the pressure, that's your adjustment. The hot rod right there. But Corey Graham has Larry Fitzgerald in coverage. No choice right here for the Cardinals. They got the punter.
Well, the holder and the field goal kicker have come out. Butler limped out onto the field. This will be a 60-yard attempt. Career long is 51. Let's watch the operation, the snap and the hold. From the left hash. From 60 yards out, the kick is good.
It's a gutsy call by Bruce Arians right there. He stays on point with the draw scoring.
Now within 2 scores. Chandler Catanzaro just connected from 60. 16th 60-plus yard field goal in league history. Little bloop taken by Felton. The fullback getting into the action on the return.
And watch the swing of emotions right here. This is a gutsy decision by Bruce Arians. 60-yard field goal attempt in this situation. It's a 3-possession game. And there's the validation with the snap, hold, kick. And Rex Ryan knows exactly how big of a kick that was by Chandler Catanzaro. I mean, it's a 3-possession game because of the missed 2-point conversion, and you've got to stay on pace at 10:33 in the fourth quarter. I don't know if I go for a 60-yard field goal in that scenario.
McCoy on first down, and that's the second longest field goal in Cardinals franchise history. Jay Feely, a 61-yarder in the last Cardinals Bills game back in 2012 in Glendale.
The down and distance, it's fourth and forever. So, you know, what player are you going to have to really extend that drive? But based on what has happened, not only in the game today, but through the course of the season with the snap, hold, kick, to have the confidence and belief that those guys are going to execute that on a 60-yard field goal.
There's Canada, the long snapper. So it's a 2-possession game. McCoy has got over 100 yards on the ground. Goodwin has returned. He was shaken up earlier. And now McCoy up the middle. Out to the 41-yard line. And he has a Bills first down.
And you saw the reaction of Rex Ryan after that field goal went through. His offense has to come out on the field right now and burn some time off that clock. They have run the ball very effectively this afternoon. They got to grind it out right now, take some time off this clock.
First and 10 from the 41. It's the tight end, Nick O'Leary. O'Leary, second career reception. He gains 29 yards.
We talked about being conservative. Coming 84 coming out of that wing spot right there. Gets lost. Darren Fells down the field, who's been a producer here. But to get this ball thrown, we've talked about him in his running. There's LaShawn McCoy on Dayon Buchanan. That was a good pickup on that blitz to have Tyrod Taylor have the time to get that ball down the field.
Wouldn't you love a day on the golf course with Nick O'Leary's grandfather, followed by the name of Jack Nicklaus? Taylor looked to pitch it. It's knocked out, and Tyrann Mathieu looking to scoop it up and could not gain possession. A hot potato. Bills nearly turned the ball over, but it rolled out of bounds.
Fundamentals, get back to your fundamentals. It's a heck of a play by Tyrann Mathieu right here. Watch him read this. He sees everything. He plays quarterback. Now he's able to actually make the deflection. He's going for the big play, the scoop and score. Got a shot there, got another shot. At some point, you got to realize you're running out of room and you're coming to the sideline. You just got to maintain possession.
Cardinals come so close to getting the ball back. Second down and 20. As Taylor fires, and there is a flag. Charles Clay, the intended receiver.
This is an interesting call. Charles Clay down the field, ball over the top. He's already committed. He doesn't go to the head, neck, or shoulder area, so it's not defenseless as he goes by. Well, maybe a little bit of the head there. It looked to me as though he was kind of committed.
There's no foul for unnecessary roughness. The hit on the receiver was legal. It's third down.
That's a good pickup. You know, you want to err on the side of safety, but you get together. One of the great things that the officials have now is the ability to communicate with each other, you know, before they get together in these huddles. So they're coming in, they're gathering that information. And I've seen this a couple times in our games already this season. A call that looked like it at real speed. They get together, get different perspectives, and they're picking up these flags.
Right, they wear the earpiece and the microphone. They can chat throughout the game with one another. 3rd down and 20. Taylor can't find anyone. Down he goes. There is a flag. Tony Jefferson with the sack.
Holding number 71. Offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
As far as Quanjo.
Good coverage down the field by Arizona in this situation. Robert Woods trying to get down the field vertically. You've got both of your go routes covered there. To the top of the screen, Patrick Peterson. Good luck, Cook, with that one. Had a little bit of an inside-out bracket right there. Nowhere for Tyrod Taylor to go with the ball. Tony Jefferson finally gets there.
So here's Schmidt, his last punt, just 26 yards. Patrick Peterson, always a threat. He's back deep. Cardinals used John Brown earlier on punt returns. Schmidt punting from his 43. Peterson will let it go. And it takes a Bills bounce and is down inside the 5-yard line. So this time Schmidt pins the Cardinals deep.
Today's game is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV.
2-possession game at Orchard Park. Bills leading by 14 midway through the 4th quarter. Palmer's throw is behind the intended receiver, Michael Floyd, on 1st down.
And again, we have to credit this Buffalo Bills defense. This is an explosive group of skill players that the Arizona Cardinals have had. They've kept them in check. They've got 7:31 left. Can they finish the game? We talked about it at the start of the 2nd half. Rex Ryan challenged his guys to finish.
Palmer on 2nd down, complete to John Brown for a 1st down out of the 16-yard line for a gain of 12.
John Brown working the sideline. There's the 1 down, 2 down drag. Well done working that sideline.
Cardinals with a 60-yard field goal on their last possession to make it a 14-point game. Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald out to the 25-yard line for a gain of 9 under 7 minutes remaining.
One of the good things that Buffalo has done today, they have covered well on the deep throws, which has allowed Rex Ryan, Dennis Thurman, Rob Ryan, everybody that's involved with this defense, the confidence to be able to bring pressure, which has gotten home.
Palmer's pass on 2nd and 1 is picked off by Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore with his 10th career pick.
There was not an Arizona Cardinal receiver in the area, so obviously a mix-up. Let's see at the point of the catch.
Interception. 1st down, Buffalo.
Excellent job by Stephon Gilmore. Gets his hands underneath the ball. That's a great interception.
First interception by the Bills this season.
Again, there's David Johnson right there, number 31, on the underneath coverage. He is breaking out, coming from the slot area. Was he supposed to be up the field vertically? Bruce Arians talked about him last week against Tampa Bay, leaving over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on the field because of missed assignments, running pass routes. Did he just have another miscue on a route where he was supposed to break and take the middle of the field, and instead he went out, and on a timing throw, that ball was already delivered, and it's a turnover for the Cardinals.
Second by Arizona today. They did not turn the ball over in their first 2 games. Penalty marker as McCoy is bottled up.
Holding, number 71, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
And Cyrus Quanjo once again. Time for a game break. Carissa Thompson.
Head to Green Bay. Kenny Lyons trying to make a comeback late in the fourth. Marvin Jones Jr., 35-yard touchdown catch to Matt Stafford. Jones' second of the day. Green Bay leads 34-27. The 2-minute warning. Green Bay's ball. Kenny?
All right, what a comeback by the Lions. Thanks, Carissa. Robert Woods makes the catch. Woods wrestled out of bounds at the 33-yard line as we approach 6 minutes remaining. The Buffalo Bills, who dropped their first 2 games by 6 points apiece at Baltimore and then home against the New York Jets 4 days later, made the change at the offensive coordinator position, replacing Greg Roman with Anthony Lynn. Bills took a 17-0 lead today early in the second quarter. And now, with 5.5 to play, up by 14.
How about Rex Ryan's statement early in the week at 0-2? And listen, everybody looks at your schedule and you know what you have early in the season. The players aren't paying attention, but a lot of the fans here are looking at it. You start out 0-2. Losses to Baltimore, to Jets, 6-point losses, tight games, not being able to finish. Now you've got the Arizona Cardinals, one of the top teams in the NFC, in the NFL, coming to town. And Rex Ryan says it might be exactly what we need to have. That might be the best opponent for us to have. I think everybody thought he was crazy to make a statement like that. But again, the belief that he has in his team, the decision he made after that Jets game with the change with Anthony Lynn.
There's McCoy on third down. Takes it to the 26. And a timeout will be taken by the Cardinals. Stop the clock at 4:52. Laura.
Errol, it's not just Rex Ryan believing in this team, but it's the team believing in each other. That's been the theme this week. Kyle Williams kept saying to me, I understand the perception of what things look like from the outside, and I think that way too. But we're not that weak team, that we're focusing on that. We have enough to focus on with Arizona right now. Tyrod Taylor summed it up for me, saying it's made us reconnect as a team. This is where you show heart. This is where you show character. This is the kind of game and situation to define who you are. And right now they are 4 minutes and 52 seconds away from their first win.
You find out a lot about your guys and how they respond to adversity. I don't think you could have had much more adversity than this Buffalo Bills team had over the last 10 days getting ready for this game.
And by the way, next up, the Patriots in Foxborough. Here's Carpenter. 45-yard attempt from the right hash. Carpenter's kick is good. So the Bills capitalize on the Arizona turnover. Stephon Gilmore with a diving interception leads to 3 points for Buffalo. There's Stephon Gilmore. His pick led to the Carpenter 45-yard field goal, extending the Bills' lead to 17 points. Under 5 minutes to play in Orchard Park. So Carson Palmer and the Cardinals offense back onto the field. Carson has not had much success against Rex Ryan coached teams. The number on the left, 3 games against the New York Jets while a member of the Cincinnati Bengals.
And he knew what he was walking into. From the outside, a desperate situation. We've heard from Laura that inside it's not as desperate as we would think, but he has that perception coming in, and he knows what Rex Ryan's defenses are like. It's going to be based on pressure. It's multiple, and they have done a really nice job of getting home. When they have brought pressure, they have regained their trust in their corners and their secondary on the outside to be in man-to-man situation, which frees them up to bring overload blitzes.
From the 25 on first down, Palmer looking for Floyd. Rex Ryan's Jets 3-0 against Carson Palmer as a Bengal, including a playoff victory back in 2010.
That just shows you right there how out of sync this Arizona offense is. That's a simple throw catch between Carson Palmer and Michael Floyd, and they can't execute it.
2nd and 10. Pass is caught by John Brown. Nice catch for a first down. Out to the 44. Coming up, bonus coverage of the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins as we take another look at reception by John Brown. Wild game at the Meadowlands. Palmer's pass sails incomplete, as Duke Williams had other ideas.
Quarterback's arm is coming forward.
Giants had a big lead. Redskins have come back and taken the lead, 26-24. Here's that last attempt by Palmer.
It was a late whistle, though, so it was actually a heads-up play by Lorenzo Alexander, telling one of his teammates to scoop that ball and get going.
That is exactly what Duke Williams did. Second and 10. Play clock winding down. And the Cardinals, as that play clock ran all the way down, did not get the snap off in time.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
We mentioned the Giants and the Redskins. What's going on in that game, Carissa?
Yeah, Kenny, this is a good one in New York. So the Giants were down 26-24. Then Eli throws an interception in the red zone, but they're heating up. Beckham in particular, they're driving right now. And as you mentioned, time permitting, we will get you guys out to this game after yours.
All right, thanks, Carissa. We look forward to it. Over 9 minutes remaining in that one. Second and 15. Incomplete. Intended for Jerron Brown. From an Arizona standpoint, Darryl, that opener against the Patriots, they had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal, lost by 2. Crushed the Buccaneers, although Bruce Arians not happy with his team's performance despite the 33-point victory. Now you come up to Orchard Park and just over 4 minutes away from dropping to 1-2. Low snap. Palmer takes a hit, got rid of it. It's Jerron Brown who broke free for a first down in Bills territory.
This is why everybody has such respect for Carson Palmer. Watch this low snap. He's got to go down and get it. It's a little bit long play with the screen. Look at all the Bills that come free. He's got 3 Bill defenders in his face, knows he's going to take that shot from Jerry Hughes, and stands in the pocket and delivers it.
Palmer throws, and it's caught at the 23-yard line for another first down by Jerron Brown.
His eyes are just always down the field. Protection's breaking down around him. He just kind of slides, drifts, climbs the pocket, eyes always down the field.
Palmer with time, can't find anyone. Now throws across the field, and it was nearly picked off once again. Fitzgerald, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Nickel Roby-Colvin knows he let one go on this, because this is one of the things that you're in a position you've got to make something happen. Larry Fitzgerald's on the opposite side. Watch the jump right here. Got an opportunity, and there is nobody in front of him. If he is able to hold on to this, Nickel Roby-Colvin is going to score a touchdown with a pick 6.
Second and 10. Palmer fires, and it is picked off by Corey Graham.
I really think the biggest difference today has been the play of the secondary. I mean, all the focus on the Bills this week coming into this game was the play of their secondary. They have competed for every football that was in the air, and that was their Achilles heel against the Jets. They got beat at the point of the catch all night long on that Thursday evening, and this afternoon it has been a completely different story. Ball in the air, they had the mentality that that is our football. Very apropos that Corey Graham makes the interception in a very, very similar situation.
Graham, the Buffalo native, idolized a couple of all-time great Bills, Thurman Thomas and Steve Tasker. And Dennis Thurman, the defensive coordinator, telling us on Friday we must do a better job when the ball is thrown downfield. We cannot just hope for jump balls. And the secondary that you've been talking about, they've done it without one of their starters, Ronald Darby, today.
it went on to even more than Rex Ryan saying, there's no fear. Teams are going to continue to throw the ball up in those situations because they're just not. We have not made a play. We have not scared anybody away from throwing the ball deep.
Rex Ryan perhaps questioning if Graham's momentum took him into the end zone, in which case the Bills would take over at the 20 instead of the 1.
I think he's down right there. They have executed their defensive plan to perfection today. Hats off to defensive coordinator Dennis Thurman and his guys. I mean, he talked about not allowing Carson Palmer to feel comfortable in the pocket all day. If we do that, he's going to tear us apart. He's as good as anybody when he's on rhythm. I don't think Carson Palmer has felt comfortable in that pocket all afternoon.
Rex does not win the argument. And McCoy is hit for a safety. Could not get it out of the end zone.
That's why Rex Ryan is fighting for that respot of the ball to come out to the 20 as opposed to where it was. What a great surge. Corey Peters, did he get that out? It's got to come all the way out. Now going in, you just have to break the plane, but coming out, that entire ball has to come out.
Right. Corey Peters knows the signal. So once again, it is a 2-possession game. 15-point differential. And the Cardinals will get the ball back. Don't miss Skip and Shannon. They'll break down all the weekend's NFL action. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Weekdays 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific only on FS1. So today we've seen a missed extra point, a limping holder, a high snap,
a 60-yard field goal.
60-yard field goal, and now a safety.
Finishing. I mean, it's so strange that Rex comes out in the second half, and as well as they've played and everything that's right there, he challenges his guys to finish. There's been opportunities throughout this second half for the Bills to really kind of put the nail in the coffin on the Arizona Cardinals, but they haven't been able to finish. And as you pointed out, here we are again, back to a two-possession game with the Cardinals getting the ball right now.
And they will have tremendous field position. John Brown,
when he's done running,
inside the 30. To the 20, and finally forced out of bounds inside the 15-yard line of the Bills.
One of the things that coaches have looked at in the offseason is end-of-game scenarios. It's a 2-possession game. One of the big things they found out, if you can get that first touchdown in before 2:06 left, you've got a great opportunity with timeouts to be able to get another opportunity for a possession to go down and tie that game. This return by John Roberts puts them in great position to kind of fall into that or John Brown to fall into that MO of getting that touchdown just a little bit outside that 2-minute warning with 2 timeouts. The 2-minute warning is your third to be able to have time to get that second possession.
A 51-yard return by Brown. And now Palmer is taken down back at the 20-yard line by Jerry Hughes.
But he has had a huge game today. I mean, he's been unblockable. And DJ Humphries, he just could not get back.
The fourth Buffalo sack. Palmer on 2nd and 16. Incomplete, looking for David Johnson, who wanted a flag, with Jonathan Meeks defending.
We talked about Carson Palmer not being able to get into a rhythm. He saw the hits and the hurries right there.
So the Bills with an interception, but the ball was placed on the 1. Led to a safety. A 51-yard return by Brown, and now third down at 16. There's Fitzgerald in the slot to the right. As Palmer steps up and throws, it is picked off. Gilmore, his second of the day. Stephon Gilmore comes up with the third Bills interception of Carson Palmer.
Trying to figure out why Michael Floyd went behind in that situation. On the earlier interception, I think David Johnson was supposed to take the middle of the field and he broke out. Keep an eye. I think this is Michael Floyd out here. Should be working now. I think that he's going to go to the inside. Now he's got to break across the face of that defender. He can't go behind. It's a timing route. It's a double move. It's going to come off Carson Palmer's hand on time. You can't go behind that defender. You've got to cross his face. Your quarterback has already thrown that ball. You're running the post corner. So once you go post and go to break outside, he's going to anticipate you being in front of the defender.
So Palmer has been picked off on the last three Arizona possessions.
And I'm going to put two of them, one on David Johnson. I'm going to put that one on Michael Floyd.
4 Arizona turnovers. And you talked during our open, Darrell, about those 2 1 o'clock games in the Eastern time zone last year. Cardinals lost both games and they turned it over 7 times.
Yeah, and it was a big concern. And again, you talk to your guys, you get them ready during the course of the week. You've got an easy model to go back to. Last year, the 2 games at Bruce Arians in a similar situation to what they were going to face today. You preach it, you talk about it, you prepare for it, and unfortunately for Cardinals fans, you've come up and you've basically replicated the way you played last year in Cleveland and in Pittsburgh.
Cardinals use a timeout with 2:09 remaining. Stephon Gilmore, who led the Bills last year with 3 interceptions, has 2 today. Graham the other. All 3 coming in the 4th quarter. Cardinals without a first down on their first 5 possessions. Bills with a fumble return for a touchdown, 52 yards by Aaron Williams. Sean McCoy with a couple of touchdown runs in the first half. David Johnson with 2 for the Cardinals. 2:09 remaining, 2nd down and 9. Gillisley is upended, and the Cardinals will use their final timeout with 2:05 remaining. We will head to Los Angeles for another game break. Some exciting action around the league. Carissa.
That's right, Kenny. We got the late game. San Francisco at Seattle started. Seahawks struggled last.
All right, Seahawks look to bounce back. Thanks, Carissa, following their loss to the Rams last Sunday. Cardinals out of timeouts. 3rd down and 9 for the Bills. Jonathan Williams, the rookie out of Arkansas, his first carry in the National Football League. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Cardinals will get the ball back.
Game on Fox is sponsored by Lowe's.
Back at Orchard Park with 2 minutes remaining. And the Bills leading by 15. Schmidt hunting from his 25. Again, good field position for the Cardinals. They do not have any timeouts, only a 25-yard punt by Schmidt. So Carson Palmer and the Cardinals back out, picked off on his last 3 possessions.
Yeah, I think that one is on David Johnson. By coverage, I think he's supposed to take the middle of the field. He breaks out. That's just a great interception by Corey Graham right there. Their Achilles heel last week, not playing the ball well at the point of the catch. And again, on that one, Michael Floyd needs to cut across the face. He needs to cross the face of Stephon Gilmore. He goes behind him. That's an easy pick for Stephon for number 2 here in the 4th quarter.
1:51 on the clock. No timeouts for Arizona. Palmer on first down. Loses the football. And then it's picked up by Orr Watford, although looks like Palmer was ruled down back at the 39.
We talked about how well the secondary has played, making some adjustments. And again, we got to talk about the defensive front, the pressure, the pass rush, just in the 3-man like they are now, 4-man rushes. They've been excellent all afternoon.
On second down, complete to Michael Floyd in Bills territory. 2-possession game, a minute 20 remaining, a 25-yard connection from Palmer to Floyd. From the 36-yard line. Palmer on first down, wide open, it's Brown, John Brown, and he scrambles out of bounds to stop the clock at a minute 14 to the Bills' 28-yard line.
Making it easy for these Cardinals the last 2 plays for them to get out of bounds. Arizona with no timeouts. You got to get these guys down on the field to play. Let that clock continue to run.
Gain of 8, second down and 2. Palmer, pump fake, throws to the end zone. It is intercepted by Corey White, the former Cardinal. That is the 4th interception for the Bills here in the 4th quarter.
Well, as you get ready for your game, you're going to notice a weakness in your opponent. And for the Arizona Cardinals coming into this game, it was the deep ball. Now, this is exactly what they saw against the Jets. These go routes on the outside. Let's watch this against Jerron Brown. Look at the positioning of Corey White. Eyes on the ball, kind of pushing and forcing the receiver close to the sideline. Look at that position. They were never in that position against the Jets that Thursday night. So Arizona sees a weakness. They're going to take some shots down the field, and the Buffalo Bills secondary has risen to the occasion and made them pay for it, especially here in the 4th.
Gilmore with a pair, Graham, and now White. And a great job by our entire crew here in Orchard Park, led by producer Barry Landis, director Brian Lilly, associate director Joe Williams, broadcast associate Paul Marmero, our technical producer Sid Drexler, technical director Jared Legrani, Dave Corris crunching the numbers along with Rick Camps, and our spotter Ben Boma. As the Buffalo Bills, who made the change at offensive coordinator, it was a long 10 days since their Thursday night loss to the Jets. Came out, took a 17-0 lead, and they will defeat the Arizona Cardinals by the score of 33-18.
And next up, the New England Patriots, the exact team that Rex Ryan would like to face. Who better in this scenario?
In Foxborough next Sunday, while the Cardinals will head home and host the Los Angeles Rams. So the Bills go to 1-2. The Cardinals drop to 1-2. We will return to Orchard Park right after these messages.